What is this?
Just a few favorites from my collection. Rescued and stored here just before I went off-world. Take a look, if you like. I'm curious to hear your impressions.
My friend is dead. Beta and Gaia are gone, and you want me to look at old paintings?
Don't be so quick to dismiss the comfort we can find in art, or the insight we might gain. Stunning, isn't it? Paintings weren't the only masterpieces of my people's golden age. This is Van Vianen's Lidded Ewer, molded from a single sheet of silver.
What was it for?
How like Elizabeth you are. Function over form. Its practical purpose was less important than its meaning. Van Vianen created it in honor of his late brother, who himself was a famous silversmith.
A memorial?
Yes. Such beauty from sorrow. My favorite pairing on the left is woman reading a letter by Vermeer, a true master. And on the right is a forgery, woman reading music, which fooled experts into believing it was a priceless original. Early in my career, I became fascinated with such deceptions. Eventually, I developed scanning software that could detect fakes with unparalleled accuracy.
Is that how you made enough money to buy your way onto the Odyssey?
Oh no. I made my real fortune later. Selene and Endymion. She's the goddess of the moon, whereas he's a simple shepherd. Beside her is the god of love, Cupid.
So she's sneaking up on him?
More like visiting him in secret. The torch that Cupid bears represents Selene's undying infatuation with him. Though the two must remain apart, her love will forever burn. This is Rembrandt painting Jeremiah, a man in mourning.
Mourning what?
His home. The ancient city of Jerusalem. He foresaw its impending doom, but could do nothing to prevent it. So instead, he saved its treasures from destruction, just as I saved these works. You could say we're kindred spirits. A portrait of the painter, Rembrandt's son Titus, depicted in the habit of a monk.
I don't get it. Why would someone like you, with infinite resources, care about this painting of a boy in a hood?
It's not the image itself, but the feeling it conveys. The face is bright and defined, but his eyes are downcast, heavy with misfortune. And the background seems to swallow all light. The painting is infused with a sense of loss.
I guess I understand how the painter feels.
Rembrandt's The Night Watch, by far the most famous painting my homeland ever produced. It was commissioned to honor a militia made up of influential citizens.
I guess you must have been an influential citizen?
In my day. But not as influential as you've been in this new world. The Gust, by Willem van de Velde, the most famous of his many maritime paintings.
A ship crossing into the unknown. I guess you're familiar with that.
Indeed, which is why I appreciate this composition in particular. Though waves and wind threaten to destroy the ship, it perseveres, clinging to the light even as darkness closes in all around it. Done so soon?
I've got more important things to worry about.
We both do. There is much we are trying to save.
There you are. Feeling better?
How did you find us? At the cauldron? And what did you do to everyone right before I passed out?
All business, I see. Well, suffice it to say we were keeping a very close eye on Hephaestus, knowing we would need it at some point. Your ruse didn't fool us, and as for my little trick, it was an overload of the senses, accompanied by an energy discharge. Gerard and Eric were only momentarily disoriented due to their shields, but it rendered you unconscious while I got you out. Perhaps some breakfast might steady you a bit?
This was your house. The one you recreated for Beta, in the data channel you shared.
How perceptive of you. Please, this way.
After everything your people have done, you think I'm just gonna sit down and have a chat with you?
They're not my people. They never were, and especially not now.
You shot off into space with them, and lived with them for 1,000 years before coming back. So what made you suddenly turn on them?
Quite simply, this.
My old focus. You repaired it? But that means you've seen
Incredible things. What you've accomplished in 2 decades of life. A 1,000 years at my back and I haven't even come close. I'm sorry if I invaded your privacy, but I had to. In order to understand. To be enlightened. You truly are Elizabeth's blood. With her drive, her sense of mission, her integrity. Watching all this shamed me for the company that I've kept. Having seen it, all I want is to help you.
even if it means stopping your friends?
Especially so. Please, sit down. There. That's better. Now, we must recover Beta and Gaia at all costs. By now, you must know that Gerard intends to use Gaia to reboot the Earth's biosphere. Remaking this world to specifications that would only suit us immortals. This process will kill every living thing on the planet. He calls it a clean install.
Not if I stop him first.
Not if we do. And once he and the others are gone, we can work together to fulfill Elizabeth's dream. I'm sure Beta told you that there's a build of the Apollo database on board our ship. A complete collection of human knowledge. With that and Gaia, we could do everything Elizabeth wanted. Heal the biosphere, educate the people of this world, uplift them. Create the world she imagined.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. From what I've seen, your friends are invincible.
I do wish you would stop calling them my friends. And they're not invincible. In fact, a friend of yours has found a way to defeat them.
Silence.
Oh, he's been a busy bee, building an army powerful enough to crash through Gerard's precious base.
Regala and her rebels.
Even now, she's preparing a final march on the Tenakth capital. When she wins, she'll have the entire tribe under her control. Hundreds of warriors and machines to throw at the base. She's been duped. They'll all perish, of course. But it should be enough to break Gerard's defenses and allow Silence to kill him. Along with all the others.
Using the new weapon he's developed.
Yes, he's found a way to circumvent our shields. Truly an exceptional man. He's planned for everything. Except you and me. You see, while his army is battering down Gerard's doors, you and I will sneak in through a back way. One that only I know about. While Silence and my friends are busy battling each other, we'll take back Beta and Gaia. I told you I want to help you. I mean it.
So you knew...
Liz was everything she was. Your ingenuity. You've managed to
I'm not asking about me.
The honest answer, for all the time that I spent with her, she always kept a part of herself locked away. It was...
So when you met Elizabeth, she...
Not aloof. Not exactly. It was because regulatory authority... Liz gave the keynote address. She had already achieved great renown for her work in automated environmental reclamation. But in her address, she was just an AI-driven system that would actually take responsibility.
To care about life.
Revolutionary stuff. I watched her after her talk. I could tell she felt uncomfortable with it. It was as if giving the talk had... I didn't want to be a pest, so I...
So how did you finally approach...
I picked the right moment. Right as she came back to the conference, her coffee. She was fresh, rest. It was like she had braced herself for colleagues. I asked if I could walk with her, then put forth a question about her talk that I thought was intelligent. Her answer made me realize it wasn't, but she was very welcoming. Previously acquainted. It was only halfway through the conversation exactly who I was. It was quite a my business was trafficking in secrets and anonymity. So that was Liz, perpetually one step ahead. I came to view our meeting as a metaphor for our friendship. She always seemed to know me far better than I knew her.
I guess I know the feeling. How do you know about Silence?
He isn't the only one adept at spyware.
You hacked his focus?
No, he's too careful for that. But his subordinates? He gave additional focuses to the tribals he branded the Sons of
The ones working with Regala.
By tapping their focuses, I learned about the distribution of override technology and the secret pact with Regala to attack.
But how did he come up with a weapon that can...
That's the one thing I haven't been able to figure out. However he did it, I'm quite with it in the Tenakth army. Such a shame he'll be disappointed.
Regala's only interested in killing Hikaru and waging war on the Karja. What does she have to gain by attacking Zenith?
It's the price she must pay for her war. Without the ability to override machines, her little rebellion would have languished in the desert.
So she trades with the Sons of Prometheus. Machines to help her overthrow...
In exchange for an assault on the base. Pride has deluded her into thinking she can act. And all without ever knowing who the Sons of Prometheus really answer to. Yet for all of Silence's brilliance, still he underestimates you. That blind spot is what will allow us to take Beta.
While hundreds of Tenakth are cut down outside. Beta told me your colony was destroyed, that you came back to Earth because you had nowhere.
It's true. After we reached our destination, we spent decades building a new... The physical constraints of Earth, the bound to think of what we could have done with it. It might have been a utopia. Instead, we stagnated, absorbed in... It took a cataclysm to finally get out of our stupor.
What happened?
A massive geologic... We knew of instabilities in the planet core, but we underestimated them. By the time the collapse was upon us, it was too late to stop it. Only a few of us made it to the ship in time. We set course for Earth. The left to us.
Which you decided to make unsafe for anyone else.
Not me. He believes it's better to wipe the canvas clean than work around the more primitive tribes, no more combat, only a blank slate to please us. But we will stop him.
What exactly is your plan to sneak?
We will make use of a lesson I learned from an early age. In this case, a place where Gerard's new construction, a passage that only I can act. When silence flings, we will enter through this back door lighting.
Once we're inside the base.
Here in the command center. By then, Gaia will have been reunited with, including Hephaestus.
What about the alpha build of Apollo on
A simple matter of recovery, when others have been dealt with. With that in hand, we'll have everything.
You said Beta's not in urgent danger.
Putting her to work. A difficult, time-consuming task, as they will compel her if need. She's the only one who can.
Because you people made her to be nothing.
Gerard's idea. They always viewed me with suspicion when I attempted any form of That's why I created the data.
So this channel you shared with...
Gerard believes he's the most... Even after 1,000 years, he still can't... The channel allowed... It offered us a chance to...
Until you cut off all contact.
Yes. Though it paid...
She felt like you tossed her aside.
I was afraid the others would punish her. She may not have had the comfort, but at least I ensured she was safe. I know it seems hard, but you must believe that...
Why did you make the data channel look...
I built this house as a shelter to weather a safe place. Not just from cultural artifacts of incalculable, truly some of the greatest achievements.
And you wanted Beta to see...
Yes. I thought if she could experience Vermeer, it would bring something else. A heritage, every bit of data being drummed in. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact. She needed its shelter.
My old focus.
When we encountered you at the Hades, I knew better. After your Gerard and Eric assumed you were her. When the others were busy, that's when I found this little treasure. Not easy to repair, but certainly worth the effort. You are like a splash of color on a worn canvas.
Did you show it to the others?
Of course not. It was your actions, them. It's worth noting that if I wouldn't have known to save you at the cauldron.
So I should be bull.
If you like.
So you know all about me?
What would you like to know?
Well?
When I was 8, thousands drowned, my parents and my guardian. Among my peers, I was the strange, all because of circumstances beyond.
Oh.
Aren't we? You were an outcast. Neither did I. I climbed my way out of desolation and youth, first from the technical, profitable expertise in those days. But as it turned out, the software from there, it was only a short step to gathering extremely...
You were a spy?
More like a service. I had to remain anonymous, of course, to protect my pride. But despite that anonymity...
What happened when Far Zenith...
They painted an irresistible vision. One where we explored the... It was only later that I realized they only intended to bequeath this future. By the time Pharaoh's machines were devouring the earth. So I accepted Far Zenith. I wanted Liz to come.
So you didn't know the other Zeniths were...
I knew some of them. It wasn't until we were off planet that I was grateful to them, but the others became obsessed with... They built a colony where or fantasy could be endlessly... It wasn't life. As the decades passed, I was alone yet again. Now finally, having met you...
To do what?
Help you. To fulfill a better future for you.
First Pharaoh. Now Hikaru and the Tenakth. Your plan would wipe out an entire tribe. There has to be another way.
We are in an admittedly desperate situation, but I assure you there isn't. Remember Zero Dawn. Elizabeth's sacrifice. Sometimes many have to die for a new world to grow.
If it looks impossible, look deeper. Wait. The data channel. It still exists, doesn't it? I need you to open it. Let me talk to Beta.
Impossible. We might be detected.
It's worth the risk. There is another way, one where the Tenakth survive.
But we won't. If the others...
If you want to help, open it. What are they doing to her?
Virtual reality dissociation. The manual merge of Hephaestus will take hours upon hours of tedious micromanagement. If she resists the work, they run simulations to induce feelings of isolation and despair.
Beta, can you hear me? You're alive. They're watching me. I can't hold up this extra projection for long. You should have killed me. No. No, look at me. I'm coming for you. I promise. Okay? I just need you to hold out a little while longer and work on the merge. Then I think it can be done. I'll contact again when it's time. Can you hold on? As long as I know you're coming for me, I can endure anything.
All right. I did as you asked. Now I think you need to tell me what you're planning.
I'm going to take Silent's army away. I don't need it. Only the weapon he made to penetrate your shields.
And how do you propose to get it? Ask him nicely?
Without Regala and her rebels, he won't have a choice. We'll be his only option.
Only option for what? What did you tell her?
That is between me and my sister. Will be Silent's only option for crashing that base. I'll tell you the rest later. But first, there are a couple of things I have to do.
Oh. And what are those?
Lay my friend to rest. And then I'm going to use the override that Beta gave me at Gemini to put an end to Regala's rebellion. From the air.
Wait. Since you insist on doing things your way, I know of something that will truly help you make a grand entrance with the Tenat. The ancient Horus Titans still possess electromagnetic energy cells as part of their arsenal. Drop one of those on Regala's army and they'll receive quite a surprise. So go, do what you must. I'll come to your base if you manage to bring silence to the table.
Not if. When. Erend, are you there?
Aloy! Aloy, is that really you?
Yeah, it's me. Where's everyone else?
We're all... we're back at base. What happened?
It might be easier to explain in person. I'll try to join you there when I can.
Okay. We'll wait here for you. It's good to hear your voice, Aloy.
Just to let you know, I'm now patched into your focus network.
Great. I take it the other Zeniths can't hear us?
Of course not. And they don't know about your base either, in case you were wondering. I've sent you data on the Horus energy cells you can use against Regala's forces. Reach out to me when you're ready to acquire one.
Understood.